This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
As usual tonight, if you cheer, sub, or tip, I will give you a shout out. I appreciate all contributions. We have tips goals in effect. If we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on the gunner glasses, and at 100 I'll put on a vest, and all vests are eligible. We did not hit the tips goal earlier today, which ended the vest streak at 10. Which was still very appreciated. I mean, that was what? 4 straight days? 5 straight days of hitting all the tips goals. And I was very appreciative of that. But now, it's all back to 0. Wah, wah. Oh well. Not a big deal. And like I said, I wasn't expecting that it was going to be going on for very long anyway. It was something completely random that happened. Okay?
This guy is 1,000,000% a pathological liar and a sociopath.
Now, FYI, I've been telling you guys for the longest time that once we finish Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'm starting up Divinity Original Sin 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. I have purchased Divinity Original Sin 2.
My real name is Bozo.
Yes. And I want to say thank you to you guys who over the past few days have been giving me information about it. Because, quite frankly, I probably would have just ran to PSN and bought it digitally. But thank you so much for telling me that's the bad decision and the stupidest thing I could do. Because, ladies and gentlemen, right now, on PlayStation Network, the definitive edition of Divinity Original Sin 2 for PlayStation 4 is $60. That same exact game is $20 on Amazon.
Oh my god!
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to contribute and help me out, please by all means do. I'll be honest with you, yesterday was a very slow support day. We did not hit any tips goals. In fact, we only got halfway to 1 tips goal. The other stream, we only raised 19 bucks. Cheering was also slow, and subbing was slow. Everything was slow yesterday. So, being that this is my final streaming day of the week, it would be great if we could make up for that a little bit. If you guys really like what I do and you support it, please contribute today if you can. There is no preferred method of contribution. Right now, if you cheer, you sub, you gift a sub, or you tip, all those things are great and help me out equally. Although, if you do tip me, I can use those funds right away. And tomorrow is my day off where I need to spend some funds on essential things, so...
Just a reminder, guys, if you want to help me out, and please, if you can today, please tip me. Like I said, yesterday tips were really, really light, and tomorrow I'm actually going out earlier than usual this week. So any tips you know, today are going to directly help me, like, afford my groceries and stuff tomorrow. So please tip me if you can today, okay, guys?
Still, Carl Cherry says people are bored of the old vest. The fact that the same 2 fucking vests get picked every time, new ones might motivate people. Again, if we're not consistently doing it, why would I spend more money on it? It doesn't even make sense what you're saying. It would be one thing if, like, okay, we're hitting the vest goal all the time, and now people are bored with the vest. Okay, maybe I'll order a few. We're not. It's not even something that's frequent. It was a rare thing that happened this week because I told you guys I needed support to afford bills and buy Mario. So people stepped up. But after that, immediately you noticed it ended. Immediately tapered off. Yesterday, so again, if it's something that happens consistently again, if it's something that people obviously really enjoy and they want to see continue, then I'll consider putting some money into buying new vests. I'm not going to buy the vests first and then I never use them. I have 6 already. 6!
Spend all your money on me.
Cashmere Goat resale for 17 months and a new vest would be a long-term investment. I just explained, yes, but I need to have people actually hit the streak then. See what I'm saying? If the streak had continued, if it didn't end yesterday like it did, and if yesterday wasn't an incredibly slow day for support, if the streak had continued yesterday and it kept going on for another week, I probably would have been like, shit, it's back. Alright, I'll order some new vests, we'll gear back up, we'll do vest celebrations again. I would have went right back into where we were last year. That didn't happen. So why am I going to waste time and effort on something that's already ended? Come on, use your head.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Whoa. There it is.
I said this before, I'll say it again. In regards to lol cows, the lol cow themselves is not the most pathetic thing about the situation. It's the people who create a community around a certain person just to harass them and try to ruin their lives. It's the people who participate in the trolling and the lol cowism that are the most pathetic. Not the person who they're actually making fun of. Right? It really is true. I waste all my time just trolling someone on the internet who I don't know, and I think they're pathetic, so I'll just continuously razz them, make fun of them, make conspiracy theories about them. You're the loser, not the person who you're making fun of. That person likely is a person on the internet having a good time with life, just trying to do their fucking thing. And you're the one who's actually systematically wasting your life to harass them. You are the actual lol cow. You.
Phil is a lol cow. Phil's a lol cow. They call me a lol cow. Dark side Phil the lol cow.
Lol cow, lol cow. You're the joke. You're the laughing stock. You're the one wasting all your fucking time on kiwi farms and watching stupid doctored videos on YouTube. You're the idiot. Not the person who you're making fun of.
Lives vs. Old Choosing, can we set a sub goal to 1,000 and get new DSP in the shower content? No.
That anonymous Tracy, the problem in people who just observe lolcows and say they don't harass anyone are still directly involved in amplifying and reinforcing people who do harass, and they're intrinsically related. That said, Boogie is a weird motherfucker. That's right, and I don't mean about Boogie, I mean about what you're saying. I know for a fact, because as you guys know, in the last year, I went through a lot of problems with people over at kiwi farms, basically trying to fuck my life up. Last year, I went through a very, very arduous bankruptcy proceeding, alright? And it was made exponentially more difficult for me because of people who were completely slandering me constantly, alright? So when you have a website that's set up and dedicated to try to actually ruin someone's life, because that's really what Kiwi Farms is. It's a website literally set up to ruin someone's life. It has nothing to do with observing. Because when you have a central hub of people who are slandering, defaming, and making conspiracy theories about people, that is what happens. People will read that and take it as truth and take it to the extra level. Do you think that everyone on that forum supported someone calling into my bankruptcy hearing and pretending to be one of my creditors in order to try to get personal harmful information about me out in the public? Of course they don't all support that. But they promoted it. They all talked about it. They reposted the fucking podcasts of people who illegally recorded the call, which, by the way, just recording and rebroadcasting that call is against the law, because that was not a public thing that you could do without the judge's permission, and no one got the permission to do it. They analyzed it in depth and all of that. You know what I mean? Like, when you promote that behavior, regardless if you condone it, if you promote it, then you create it. So the fact that that website exists actually has led to the systematic harassment of the people who are listed on that website. It doesn't matter if that's what the owner of the website intended. It doesn't matter if they condone the actions of the people who do the extreme actions. Everything that happens to the people who are listed on that website is the direct responsibility of the person who owns that website. Because he knows that if he wasn't promoted, then it wouldn't actually get any fucking attention and people wouldn't waste their time on it. It's that simple. And it's the same cultish mentality as all this other crazy shit that's been happening in the world recently with QAnon and all that shit. Even if there's not enough evidence to 100% prove anything, people will believe anything if they want to, and then they will act as if it's fact. And they will fuck with people's lives and they will hurt people because they can get away with it anonymously on the internet. So, you can't, in good conscience, have something like that being operated and think that this is good or legit. It's not. It's evil. It's immoral. It's fucked up. Even if you don't like the people who you're trying to make fun of or whatever, you have to understand that when you do those actions, you actually are hurting people directly. Directly. Retro Jim, no, I don't believe that lol cow subculture has anything to do with my success at all. I was around before that ever existed. And as I said, I have a dedicated fan base of viewers who would watch me regardless of how many people are trying to slander me on a daily basis. If anything, I'd be doing better without it because I'd actually be able to get sponsors. I actually would have been able to do some of those things that everyone else does, right? And I'm not allowed to do. I probably would have been able to advertise a few game peripherals if I liked them. And see, that's the difference between me and everyone else. I wouldn't have been a paid shill content creator. I would have been someone who I only support products that I actually support.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
So, for example, a few years ago with the OP seat fiasco, well, most people don't even remember it anymore. Company contacts me and says, hey, we want you to, as someone to promote our stuff, we want to sponsor you. We'll send you a free chair, use it in your videos, review it, and then if people buy chairs using a referral code, you make some extra money. Okay, fine, but understand that if I don't like your chair, I'm going to tell people that. You know, and they agreed to that. They said, yeah, that's fine. We want you to be honest. Within 1 day of online harassment, I lose the sponsorship, and then they renege on everything, right? That's what I mean. Like, if it wasn't for these scumbags, I actually this would have been really interesting, because here's the thing. Because the way that they went about it, all right, because those idiots ruined that for me, I never got the chair, I never got to review it, none of that happened. Now, what would have been more interesting, let's be honest here, what happened the way it happened. Or, if I had gotten the chair, and within 2 months of owning the chair sucked, and I actually told you guys that. And then I would have said, I'm dropping the OPC sponsorship because I don't stand behind the chairs, I think they suck. Right? What would have been ultimately more interesting? I think the latter. I think that definitely would have been more interesting for me to destroy the chair and say it sucks ass, don't buy it, and then dropping the sponsorship. Right? But that's the thing, is people are dumb. And they think that just by ruining everything in the short term is somehow the better choice. It's not. It's stupidity, because they're that dumb. They're morons. Only a moron would waste their time with this kind of activity anyway.
I can tell you, I can smell the saltiness.
But that's the thing, like, people don't seem to understand, oh, Phil benefits from the lolcows. No, I don't. If this had never happened, if this had never actually existed, this whole harassment against me for years and years, alright, I would have never had a giant detriment to my YouTube channel, where my YouTube channel, DsP Gaming, basically faded into oblivion because of the damage against it, because of trolling purposes, right? Trolling things that happen to me, fuck the channel up. That's why I had to become a full-time streamer to begin with. Because the viewership plummeted so much because they knocked it out of the YouTube algorithm, and now the hater videos show above mine because it got knocked out of the YouTube algorithm. That's not something I did. That's something they did with the false copyright strikes, right? I would have had sponsorship opportunities and things over the years, you know? Instead of being the black sheep of content creators because people don't want to touch me with a 10-foot pole because they know wherever I go, the haters follow me to harass everything involved with me, I would have actually probably had opportunities to be on podcasts, to do collaborations. Things would have been much better. I would have been a much different kind of content creator.
No.
And, you know, things would have been better. But these people fucked it up on the regular. The kind of attention that these scumbag shithead losers bring to you is not the kind of attention that helps. It's completely the opposite. It's the kind of attention that hurts. It's the kind of attention that I will never be able to get the opportunities of other content creators. Now, the good news is, despite the fact that these people have absolutely tried with concerted effort to hurt me in every way possible over the last 5 to 6 years, I'm still here, I'm still pertinent, I'm not going anywhere, and these people can be fucking damned because, as I told you guys, every moment that someone tries to tell me I can't do something or I'm no good or this or that, it motivates me to keep going and do better.
This vest is now a symbol of all of us who never give up, who basically say no matter what gets thrown against us in life, we're going to persevere through it, we're going to say fuck you to the haters, and we're going to be successful no matter what. That's what this has become.
Then, not on curious, I've conversed with Frederick Knudsen, the guy who makes Down the Rabbit Hole videos, directly. He's a really awesome guy. That's the kind of content creator who will make fans for you. The only thing he claims that you might debunk is he claims you told people to click on ads on your YouTube videos. I know that's been contentious. Not really contentious. Back when I first started on YouTube as someone who was going to try to do, like effort, rather than just fucking around, and I couldn't, back then, if you remember, you could not monetize gameplay videos at all. At all. Right? And I had a vlogging channel that doesn't exist. Well, it does exist, but you can't watch the videos anymore. The King of Hate HD. That was the channel where I did all kinds of vlog series. That's where I started DsP Tries It. That's where I started Poorly Cooking with the King and all that stuff back in the day, right? That channel I managed to get monetized through Google AdSense because it was just vlogging. Okay? And at the time, I wasn't doing this for a living. This was just a hobby I was doing while I still had my office job. And people were asking, well, how can we support you? Because we want to support you. We like your content. We want you to be able to afford more games. We want to see you be more successful. What can we do to help? And I remember in that video, which was supposed to be the big reveal video, me being an ignorant guy back then, I didn't know anything about the rules of YouTube or whatever, or what was allowed and what wasn't allowed or whatever. In that video, I believe I said some of the ways that you could support would be, I think I said you could donate games. I don't remember specifically. I just want to say thanks a lot to everyone. I hope to entertain you in the future. Please go to my partner channel, The King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the videos there, because hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, that actually starts giving me some money back for what I'm doing. I mean, it's not cheap to do what I'm doing. I bought a lot of games, a lot of equipment, and now I have my own condo, which is basically my studio, to do whatever the hell I want. So, you know, anything that you can give back is much appreciated. I also do have the PayPal donation on the left-hand side of my Dark Side Phil channel. It explains how to go to PayPal and what, email address to send a donation to, darksidephil@hotmail.com.
I've gotten many donations, and as I said before, if you send me a donation of, $10, $15, $20 or more, I'll mention your name in a video because I do appreciate that. So, thanks a lot. Oh, there's my token burp for you to end this little video.
But basically, I was kind of going through a laundry list of stuff, and I was like, yeah, there's ads on my videos here on the vlogging channel, and you can click on those. And people immediately you know, years later when they were looking for something to point out and say things that Phil did that were bad or whatever, is that Phil said to click on the ads on his videos. And that's why Phil got banned from AdSense, and that's why all that happened. Okay? That's not what happened at all. Okay? Here's what happened. So, later on, was it that year or the year after? I think about that video, the reveal video, was in 2009. Like, middle of 2009, okay, is when I put out that video. Later on, in 2010, like October 2010, I lost my office job. So we're talking about a year to a year and a half later. After having the AdSense partnership work fine for a year and a half, and people watching the videos on the King of Hate HD and me making money on them for a year and a half, with no issues, alright? I lost my office job, and I told everyone, well, I have nothing to fall back on right now. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go full force into being a YouTube content creator. Now, I can't I can't monetize my gameplay videos, which is the vast majority of why people come and watch me. So if you could, please check out the vlogging stuff, because that's where I can make money. And what happened was people in droves went over to the King of Hate HD channel, which was the only channel that I had partnered at the time, and they watched the videos, and they clicked the shit out of the ads. To some extent, I actually think what happened is people supported me so much that they went overboard. They went and got, like, bot accounts, and were sitting there, click, 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 which you can't do. It's one thing if naturally people are actually going into it to that channel, and they're watching stuff naturally, right? And that's fine. But you can't go there and have artificial clicks. That's completely a violation of the terms of service. And I think people did it. I didn't ask anyone to do that.
Please go to my partner channel, the King of Hate HD, and click on the ads that show up on the videos there, because hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, that actually starts giving me some money back for what I'm doing.
At the time, I said, just please support the videos, you know, that have the ads on them. And people went and did it because they supported me so much, they felt bad. Keep in mind, back then, I was like the internet underdog. I was the guy who had no support, no sponsorships, nothing. I was just doing YouTube as a hobby, not as a job. And when I lost my office job, people felt bad. They wanted to help however they could. Okay?
Unbelievable.
So, there you go. So that's what happened. And then, within a month, YouTube contacted me and said, we think that there's, was it erroneous click activity or fraudulent click activity? One or the other. Basically, they said, in a statement to me, they felt that not all of the ad clicks that I had gotten within about a month's time were legit. They thought that there was definitely bot activity, and because of that, they were kicking me out of the AdSense. Alright? Now, in reality, they didn't do that.
Okay, where's the evidence? Present evidence of what you're saying.
They actually just suspended my AdSense indefinitely, which I didn't know. I thought they had banned me from AdSense. But I basically didn't have an AdSense account anymore. That's when I went to Blip.tv for like a month. Then I went over and I partnered with Machinima. And then I just stayed with a YouTube partnership company for the longest time until finally, years later, alright, we're talking multiple years later, I went back and found out that they unsuspended my AdSense account. That it was actually just a temporary deal. What?! And they unsuspended it and allowed me to use it again. In fact, at that point, they had completely redone the AdSense program from the ground up. And basically what they said was that they wouldn't even allow that, those fraudulent clicks and shit wouldn't even happen anymore. Like, there's no way. They detect the bots, they detect that, and they block that activity. So basically that kind of stuff could not happen anymore. I think what happened is a lot of people probably were victim to people fucking with their videos. Like, how, seriously, how possibly could I control someone who supports me going and clicking on a video a ton of times, right? I can't. There's no way that I can control that. So why am I held responsible for it? And I think what happened is YouTube changed the whole program eventually. So I was unsuspended, I was able to use the AdSense again, and, you know, that's what, hilariously, what happened, of course, the hater narrative became, Phil got banned from AdSense because he made a video where he said that he told people to click on the ads. That couldn't be further from the truth. That video was made in like early to mid 2009, excuse me. I was not suspended from AdSense until the end of 2010. Why would YouTube have sat on that video for a year and a half and never took action, then all of a sudden taken action? That's not what it was. It was because there was so much clicking activity on my videos in a short period of time. That's what caused the suspension of the AdSense account. They said as much in the notice that I read to everyone publicly, but those idiot haters spin it however they want to create their own bullshit. And that became their narrative, which is not a true narrative at all. Snow Carl cheered and says, can we go back and watch that video live right now and see what you said? No, I know what I said. I said go click on the ads to help me out. I remember. I've watched that video back. We've watched that video together that I said that. But that was like I said, that was early to mid 2009. That's very different from me doing that video and immediately getting banned from AdSense. That didn't happen at all. It's completely couldn't be further from the truth. Lives for Soul Cheery said, I'm still your biggest fan. I love your content, even though you always bully me and call me a dumb fuck, stupid moron. I never called you a dumb fuck, stupid moron. And I don't bully you. I respond to you misbehaving on my stream and basically trying to derail it. With appropriate and measured response. So there you go.
There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. That I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.